Hello everybody, it's Timothy here. Welcome to Discover with Timothy. And now I'm standing at a roundabout that is not a roundabout. Yeah, this place is called the Magazine Circus. Not the circus either. Magazine Circus used to be a roundabout, but no longer so. Nowadays it's just a crossroad, many crossroads, an intersection of many roads. And this place, which is right in front of the Komtar Tower, which I am showing to you over here, is what I use as 0 mile. I'm going to cross the road now, as 0 mile for all the distances in Penang. Okay, I'm still able to cross, so I'm going to cross quickly to get to the other side, because today I'm going to take you on a walking tour of Macalister Road. In front of us is Macalister Road. So here we are. This is Macalister Road. There are a lot of China tourists here. I'm going to cross the road again here. And this is Macalister Road. In Chinese we call it Tiong Lo. Tiong Lo means middle road. Okay, we are going to walk this way all the way until the intersection of Anson Road, and I will share with you information on the sites that we pass by. So as you can see over here, the urban morphology of Georgetown is that one group of people come, and over time another different group of people come. And if you look across the road, you will see a grocery shop run by Indians. So now there are grocery shops for Indians because we now have quite a large population of foreign workers, especially from places like Bangladesh, and so those are grocery shops created specially for them. And in front of us here is a mosque. This is the Simpang Enam Mosque. Let me see where's the signboard. So this is the Simpang Enam Mosque. Karya Masjid Jami' Haji Wahab Simpang Enam. So this is the Simpang Enam Mosque, and when you say Simpang Enam, it is referring to the Magazine Circus, which we talked about last time. It says Simpang Enam because I believe there used to be 6 roads that converge here, and the roads are this road, Macalister Road, along with Dato Kramat Road, Brickin Road, Magazine Road, Penang Road, and finally Gladstone Road. However, Gladstone Road is today expunged, so there's left now only 5 roads at Simpang Enam. And the name Simpang Enam means 6, an intersection of 6 roads. But as you can see, there's only 5 roads left today. And now we continue on Macalister Road. Over on the left side of the road is the Heng Yi School. So this is the Heng Yi Primary School on our left side. It is established by the Catholic missionaries. So this is a Chinese school established by the Catholic missionaries. This is the primary school. We also have the secondary school, which is at Free School Road, a different part of town. So this is the primary component of the school, and it is right next to the Catholic Church, the Church of Our Ladies of Sorrows. So the Church of Our Ladies of Sorrow is actually facing another church on this side. This is the St. Paul's Church. the St. Paul's Church, if I'm not mistaken, is Anglican. I could be wrong. Let me know if you have more information. Sometimes I write on my website, but I can't remember things that well. So this church, the foundation stone was set in 1949. To the glory of God and in the faith of Jesus Christ, the stone was laid by the Venerable S.M. Collier, Archdeacon of Penang, on behalf of the Chinese members of the Shen Chung Hui, 31st July 1949. So this, I believe, is an Anglican church and is right across the road from the Church of Our Lady of Sorrow, the Roman Catholic Church. Going this way, next to the church is this building, which is called Wisma Central. It is rather unhappening nowadays, but when it was first built, Wisma Central was one of the taller buildings along this road. And you can see that the top portion is office blocks, but it's like almost dilapidated, which is quite a pity. But on across the road over here is Dim Sum. Dim Sum, this is a very famous dim sum place in Penang. You can see so many people here. Okay, yeah, I think they have not closed for Chinese New Year. Today is the third day of Chinese New Year and it's still going strong. There's so many people here today. So that is Dim Sum, restaurant Dim Sum. This is Dim Sum, Chinese Dim Sum. And continuing on this road is the junction of New Lane, and New Lane is the epicenter for Penang street food. So, I hope the music playing in the background would not give a copyright issue to my video. It's always a hassle walking the street and then suddenly there's music blaring which may affect my video. And so over here we have New Lane, famous street food destination for many people, but nowadays I can say that it is quite commercialized and prices have been rising. So many Penangites decide to, well, not go there. So it has become quite touristic, New Lane, and it has attracted a lot of tourists. But Penang people, you know, are sometimes quite they say we are quite stingy, but maybe it's not stingy, we are frugal. But as you walk along this road, you'll find a lot of places to eat, so you will never go hungry if you walk along Macalister Road. And over here is the famous durian place, but price is quite high also. So once again, this is a very touristic place where you can pick your durians. So you can see the prices there. So this is where you can enjoy durians, and also there's an emporium there where you can buy all things to do with durians. It is having a grand opening on the 10th of February, which hasn't come yet. So this is something that is happening in the future. The King's newest Durian Experience Center grand opening. That's to say, that means this place doesn't have its official opening yet. So, okay, 10th of February they are going to do a proper grand opening. Okay, now let's continue. Across the road used to be a hospital, the King George the 3rd or the 4th hospital, but it has since been given over to the Penang State Museum. The museum ran this place for a few years, and then after that it closed down for renovation that doesn't seem to be completed. It's been years since they started the renovation, but still the museum has not been opened. So it is quite pitiful that right now there isn't a Penang State Museum that tourists can go to. I do wish and I do hope that one day the Penang State Museum will reopen so that tourists can at least get an idea and experience of the history of Penang from its museum. So this is Madras Lane, and this is a Chinese clan association. Many clan associations often rent out their premises for commercial use, and as you can see, there's a shoe store within this clan association building, and this is in a way how they would be able to upkeep and finance the association itself. There are many ethnic groups who came to live in Penang. And over on this side of the road, you see the Masjid Pakistan or the Pakistani mosque. Yes, there is a very small group of Pakistanis in Penang, and they established their church, their mosque over here. So this is the Pakistani mosque. It used to be that a substantial population of the people in Penang in the 19th century came from the Indian subcontinent. And so there are not just the Pakistanis, there are Bangladeshis, Gujaratis, and so on. So many different Indian groups that came to make Penang their home. And on this side, this used to be the UMNO building. Yeah, it used to be the building of the UMNO political party, but it has since been renamed. What's the name of this building now? The name is now JKP. It's now called Menara JKP. And now let's continue our walk along here. This road is now called Jalan Zainul Abidin, but originally it was called Yahudi Road. And why is it Yahudi? The name Yahudi means Jews, because there is the one and only Jewish cemetery in Penang over here. So I'm going to walk this way so that to give you a glimpse of the Yahudi or Jewish cemetery of Penang. As you can see, if you look left and right, most of the people in this part of town is now Chinese. You can say that the Penang Chinese has more or less taken over many of the buildings that used to be occupied by other races, but now it's almost all of them occupied by the Chinese. And so we are going to walk this way so that I can show you the Jewish cemetery. With that, on the right side of the road is the Jewish cemetery. So let's go and just take a peek from the outside. We can actually go inside. Tengok sekejap. Thank you. So this is the Jewish cemetery. You see all the Jewish graves here. It is very well kept. Regina Valeria Eisenberg, the beloved wife of Isidore Eisenberg. Okay, so this is just one of many Jews that were buried here and make this their final resting place. It's so interesting to see the style, the architectural style of the Jewish tomb. And as you can see here, that the burial was done on the turn of the 20th century, December 1911. So this is around the time of the First World War. And it's very interesting to see in this place is so serene, away from the hustle and bustle of the city of Georgetown. Well, of course, I can still hear the noise of the traffic from the outside. Wow, this one, the burial was done in 1958, and so as recently as 1958, burials were still being conducted here. And this one is even more recent, in 1964. Yeah, 1964 is pretty recent. Well, this one was is it 1972? So as recently as 1972, there was burial of Jews over here. So the Jews has been in Penang until the 1970s, which is quite astonishing because nowadays I can hardly find any Jews here in Penang. This whole place is so serene. It's almost like a sanctuary. And with these coconut trees, it's like a place that has been frozen in time. You certainly won't find any coconut trees out there, but here there's this grove of coconut trees. And then let's see, what is this? It says, this land on which the cemetery stands is the perpetual resting place of Jewish men, women and children who are interred here for all time. May their souls rest in peace. Amen. Okay. That's the reminder that we are still in the Chinese New Year period. As you can hear, firecrackers blaring there. Thank you. So this site was established in 1835. Okay, and enquiries, you can, if you want to know more, go to www.penangjewishcemetery.com. And so, this is the keeper's place, and I love his flowers. Yeah, it is very, very well kept. I love this place. Okay, now let's move on. Okay. This is Taman Rekreasi Taman Mangis. The city council has put up a lot of public parks all over town. So this is just one of many public parks. I suppose this is the only way in and out, so if I'm going in, I have to come out the same way. Okay, just have a quick look around and then we move on. If you go to my website, Penang Travel Tips, and then search under parks, then you can see a whole list of the parks that I have documented in Penang. I will put the link down here in the description so that you can check out all the parks. But really, it's just information. Yeah, so all the parks in all the parks that I have discovered in Penang, I will list them down in my website under parks. So it's www.penangtraveltips.com/parks.html. I'm going to go this way and cut to the next road. The next road, if I'm not mistaken, is I think it's Rangoon Road. I will find out in a short while. I think this is Rangoon Road. And over here, this coffee shop is famous for, you see in front, the guy selling the char kway teow. This is a very famous char kway teow. This is called the Goggle Man Char Kway Teow. Okay, that's the Goggle Man because he wears goggles. So this is the Goggle Man Char Kway Teow. Only one size, 13 ringgit per plate. Goggle Man Char Kway Teow is selling today, and some of the other Penang hawker food. And let's continue. Some of the coffee shops are not open today because it's only the third day of Chinese New Year, and so many of the shops have decided to continue the holiday until perhaps next week. So you can see here there's no lack of food in Penang. There's so plenty. One restaurant after another all over Penang. But usually the most famous are the hawker food selling from the roadside. Oh, this is not Rangoon Road. This is called Lorong Selamat. Okay, so this is Lorong Selamat. I cannot remember. There are so many parallel roads here. So that's Lorong Selamat. The next one is Rangoon Road. And over here there are a lot more coffee shops. And yes, this one is a Rangoon Road. Okay, named after Rangoon, or now called Yangon. Over here are two hotels, this one and this one, face to face. Right now this one is called the Red Rock Hotel, while this one over on this side is Travel Lodge Georgetown. I remember this one, Red Rock Hotels, originally was Mandarin. It was known as Mandarin. As for Travel Lodge, it has changed its name many times. I cannot remember what was its original name. I may have to refer to my website because often I write it down and then I forget what's the name. There are also newer hotels nowadays. Over here, there's May Hotel, which is one of the newer hotels in Penang. And this road is called Lorong Abu Siti or Abu Siti Lane. For details of the roads, I have it all listed in my website. I will put the link in the description so that if you want to know more about each of the roads we covered today, you can click on the links and read about them. Because when I'm doing my walk right now, I'm doing it in such a impromptu way that my mind cannot register the information to share with you. But whatever I can, I'll probably put in the caption or I'll put the links in the description. There are many bungalows here, and I can see that one of them is this one that has been restored. Okay, oh, looks very nice. Next is this Chinese temple, Yuan Tang. we are about to reach the end of this walk because I'll be ending the walk at the junction with Anson Road, which is right in front of us. And I will continue and in another video where we continue on this road and other roads in Penang. So this is Anson Road, which is where we end our walk here. Across the road is Gihyang, which is famous for its steel seed oil and also tau sapia. And across here is number 22 Macalister's, a new service residence, not fully completed yet. So everybody, I hope you enjoyed this walk. I hope you enjoyed this walk through Macalister Road as we look at some of the sites in Penang, and I'm able to share some of the information with you. Of course, sometimes I forget, so I'll put the information in the link below so that you can, if you are interested in the sites that we cover, you can read about it in the description, the link in the description, because quite often I've described that on my website, but when I do the actual walking, I cannot remember anymore. Anyway, thanks for joining me, and I hope to see you again in my next walk.